They met in the most ordinary way. No dramatic entrance, no fireworks in the sky. Just two people crossing paths on a day that didn't feel special at all. But something shifted. Not loudly, not immediately. Just a quiet feeling, like the world had paused for half a second longer than usual. They talked, they laughed, and without realizing it, they began to matter to each other. Not in a loud, possessive way, but in a soft, dangerous way. The kind of way that changes how silence feels. For a while, everything was easy. Messages came without effort. Smiles came without forcing. Time felt kind. And that's when life stepped in. Because destiny never lets things stay easy for too long. Circumstances changed. Fear crept in. Unspoken words piled up. One of them wanted more. The other wanted certainty, but didn't know how to ask for it. So instead of talking, they drifted. No big fight, no dramatic goodbye. Just fewer messages, longer pauses, colder replies. Until one day, there was nothing left to reply to. They told themselves it was for the best, that timing was wrong, that maybe it just wasn't meant to be. And on the outside, life moved on. But on the inside, that's where the real story began. They tried to forget. They stayed busy. They smiled in photos. They met new people. But every happiness felt incomplete because no one ever quite understood them the same way. No one else felt as familiar. No one else felt like home. Late at night, when the world was quiet, their thoughts always returned to the same place, the same memories, the same laugh, the same almost love that never got a real chance. And the strangest part, they felt it too, across different cities, different lives, different realities, both pretending they were fine. Years passed. Time changed their faces. Life hardened their hearts. They learned lessons. They endured pain. And slowly, unknowingly, they became the versions of themselves they once needed to be. Then one ordinary day, destiny knocked again. A random message. A familiar name. No long explanation. Just a simple, "Hey, I don't know why, but I thought of you." Their heart didn't race. It recognized. When they met again, it wasn't awkward. It was quiet, gentle, honest. They spoke about everything they never said before. About fear, about timing, about how losing each other hurt more than they ever admitted. They realized something powerful. They didn't lose each other back then because love was weak. They lost each other because they weren't ready. Ready to communicate. Ready to choose. Ready to fight for something real. And this time, they didn't rush. They didn't promise forever in one breath. They chose presence. They chose truth. They chose growth. Because destiny doesn't bring people back to repeat the same pain. It brings them back changed, stronger, wiser, more aware of what love actually costs. You see, if two people are truly destined to be together, they won't be protected from heartbreak. They will be shaped by it. They will be separated, tested, broken open by life. But something invisible will always pull them back, not when they want, but when they're ready. And when they finally stand in front of each other again, they won't say, "Why did we lose so much time?" They'll say, "Now we know how to keep each other." Because destiny isn't about perfect timing. It's about perfect growth. And if two people are meant to be together, happiness doesn't come first. Understanding does. Healing does. And then, love finally feels like peace.